Welcome, Sagittarius, to your September 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, Saggies, this month you start out with the energy of the Knight of Swords. And not only do you have the Knight of Swords, you've also got the Knight of Wands in your reading. And these are fast moving energy. All knights are the movement of energy, and you've got two of the fastest moving knights of all, and this is really telling me that things are going to be turning around quite quickly in regard to certain issues that we'll go into within the reading. Now, the Knight of Swords, as I said, is such a fast moving energy, and when you have multiples of certain cards or numbers, I feel that's quite significant. Now, you've got two fours and you've got two knights here, and knights really focus on action and getting things done. And knights, like all knights, even from the past, love a quest. And like I said, you've got some really swift energy here with the Knight of Swords. Now, knights care that a job gets done. So I feel like you are really on a mission in September to make sure that you get some jobs done. Now, I feel like this is stuff that is stemming from the past that you've been working on for a while here. And I feel like when the Knight of Swords comes up in your reading, swords are all about air. They're about the intellect, the mind. And I feel like you are wanting to achieve something using your words, using your intellect. And really, this is what you're going to be doing. And as I said, Knight of Swords, fastest moving energy in the deck, and you are absolutely going to be getting stuff done here. And if you feel like things have been at a bit of a standstill, and right beneath the Knight of Swords, you've got the Nine of Wands. And this does talk about that final stage just before completion. And so if you feel like you've been fighting this fight for a while, and you've got the Seven of Wands there as well, and that's that card of standing your ground. It's a card of strength, inner strength, and I feel like this is what you're going to be doing in September. It's almost like the energy of that Knight of Swords is a whirlwind kind of energy, and this is, like I said, because this is the intellect, this is the mind. You are going to be thinking through your issues successfully here, and just getting the right mindset as well to get things done. Now, this isn't a time for emotional decisions, Saggies. The Knight of Swords does talk about making a choice from your intellect, your mind. Now, it can be difficult with this card to think things through carefully because the energy is so fast moving, but you really kind of need to try and put a little bit of time aside and have a bit of quietness to make that decision. It's really important that you do take those 5 minutes to fully consider what you want, how you want to want the outcome of this struggle, in a sense, or this battle that you've been fighting, or this final stage of your process, I guess, in a way. how you want to see it turn out. It's quite important to do that before you make your choice. You know what you want to be the ultimate goal. Now I feel like you've got the Five of Cups here, and this is a card that does talk about a little bit of emotional sadness here. And sometimes we can't really see what's best for us, and if things don't turn out the way that we'd hoped, it does create a bit of sadness. But it's like the universe knows what's best for us. Your angels, your spirit guides, they know what's best for you. And even if you don't see the path that is kind of ahead of you right now, or you didn't see the path that was ahead of you, it's really time to kind of refocus your mind now on the what is, rather than the what was. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is going to be coming in and getting rid of all of that past emotional baggage that we have been carrying, and is going to bring this change in quite quickly for you. If you look at the Knight of Swords, the knight has a paintbrush and is wiping the clouds away with the brush. And I feel like this swift energy, you are going to be able to intellectually think your way through any emotional kind of issues that have been bogging you down here. And you are going to be able to refocus your mind and your heart and believe that the situation that you are in is actually going to serve you in the long run. Now, this is right above the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is that card of inner strength. It is that card of struggle, but it's also a message of standing your ground. And really, if you believe in something, no matter how hard the fight is, stand your ground, because you're going to be successful here. You've got the inner strength to carry you through this. And, it's got to do with love. I mean, if you look at the tattooed man, you see the tattoos. He's got love on his shoulder there. And that is really what is guiding him through a lot of this struggle, a lot of the issues that he is fighting for here. And, love and will, it's a beautiful kind of energy. It's a card of your convictions. It's a card of strength of character and defiance and defense as well, a little bit. Now you've got the Four of Wands. Now, as I said, you've got 2 fours here in your reading, and fours represent a solid foundation. And it's about things feeling stable and secure, and they represent structure, order, balance, discipline. And they also, because when you have more than one four, they do represent a time of reflection for you. And this could also be taking the form of a celebration, or, it can also be a time of inner reflection as well. But the Four of Wands really does talk about strong, stable and secure structures. And I feel like for a lot of you, and this is right above the Ten of Cups, so for a lot of you, you are truly building an amazing home. Now, this can be literally, you might be in a position where you are building a physical home for you and your loved ones to live in. You could be building a home with your loved ones, in an existing structure. It's not necessarily building it physically out of bricks and stones, but you are building a beautiful, wonderful home filled with lots of love and emotion and security for yourself, your family. and your loved ones. This is a beautiful card, the Four of Wands. Now, a lot of you, this is the marriage card as well. So for some Saggies, you might be actually getting married. Excuse me, the Ten of Cups is just that beautiful family love. So this definitely could be a marriage for some of you here. It's wonderful. Now, the Knight of Wands, I did touch on that before. This is another fast moving energy. And I feel like, and you know, you've got the two knights right between, that are on either side of the Five of Cups and the Four of Wands. So I feel like you are getting rid of a lot of old emotional stuff that you have been carrying, that has caused you some pain. And you're using all of that energy to build this wonderful structure. Now you've got four wands out of 8 tarot cards, and wands are all about your passion, your creativity, and it can also be to do with your work as well, how you make a living. But the Knight of Wands often comes in when it's a time in your life when a situation that you hadn't anticipated requires you to move quite quickly here. And this could have something to do with your home or your work as well. And you know, this isn't a challenging situation. This doesn't have to be challenging. This could be how you are going to be spending some money, or how you're going to act according to something that's coming up in your work, or something that you are quite passionate about. And you know, this is also something like you might have 2 jobs here, or multiple jobs that are being offered to you, or a situation in your work that is also being offered to you that you may have to make a decision about quite quickly. And again, you know, this is kind of saying there's this situation where you might be having to make a decision quite quickly. And this message is coming through in both of these swords. But again, you know, try and take that time out to consider all of your options before making a move, because it is really important to do so. You don't want to make a rash decision. And it's just consider your options in detail, I feel, is like one of the messages of the Knight of Wands. This is quite impulsive behavior. So you're quite passionate about whatever it is that you are going to be making a decision about. And, you know, you don't want to be making an impulsive decision because you are so passionate about this. Now, the Nine of Wands, again, I did touch on that before. That is that card that indicates you feel like you need to protect something that you've created as well. And you've worked really hard here, Saggies. And you might be feeling a little bit insecure or a little bit uncomfortable about the safety or stability of what it is that you have actually built. Now, I feel like for a lot of you, this is work related. But it's important that you really have absolute confidence in yourself. And this is marrying up so much with that Seven of Wands card that is right beside it. You know, you really need to go within to access that inner courage. You've got one final step. Hang in there, because you are going to be successful here. As long as you believe in yourself, all is going to be well. And, you know, that Seven of Wands, it does talk about courage. It talks about strength, inner strength, and it talks about your convictions as well. So I feel like you really believe in what you're fighting for here, Saggies. So hang in there. There's one final stage to go, and I feel like you will be successful. Now, you've got that beautiful 10 of Cups, and this is a card of good fortune. So I feel like whatever it is that you are struggling to achieve or win or gain, there's going to be good fortune here for you. And it talks about having it all in an emotional way. You know, this is a card of great contentment in your life. Your relationships are positive and really affirming, and you've got great strong connections with your children. This is a real family card. And there's harmony with your friends and your extended family, and it's almost like your emotional needs are really getting fulfilled, and you actually you have what you need to be financially happy as well. And this card does talk about taking care of family members, but it also talks about allowing people to take care of you too, Saggies. You are so strong, and you need to really allow other people to take care of you sometimes as well. Now, your final tarot card there is the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is an interesting card. This is a card, you know, again, another four. So this is that card of stability and strength in terms of your finances. But this card actually can talk about hanging on to your money. It's one of those interesting cards of duality. So it's either you are hanging on to your money really tightly, like you can see the locks there on the gate, or on that this figure has put around her home almost. You can see the imagery of the home that she has on her dress, and she's locking it all up. And perhaps there's no need to either. But this is, you know, some people do talk about this card being the miser card. So you're hanging on to your pennies when perhaps you really don't need to here. But also, for those of you that this could be, for those of you that aren't hanging on to your pennies, I feel like this could be allowing money to flow through your fingers really quickly as well, because it is a duality card. It is one or the other. It's kind of black or white, this card. So some of you may be spending up big and money is just flying through your fingers here. And it could also, because it's right beneath the Knight of Wands, this could also be talking about some money that you are having to spend on a really big purchase item, like a home or home renovations, or something to do with your home, or something that you're quite passionate about. So you might be spending up big here as well. But you really need to sort of don't hang on to money if you don't have to. That can be quite toxic, that kind of miser kind of energy. And some of you, you know, if you're hoarding cash for no reason, that can be quite damaging to your psyche as well. Yeah, but this is either a card of being excessive or in your efforts, or even insufficient in your efforts. But I feel like just be careful, because the Knight of Wands is that, wow, fast moving, intense energy. Make sure you aren't being too excessive in your efforts regarding something to do with your home or your work here. But I feel like, yeah, this could be a large investment that some of you are really thinking about and may be having to make in September as well. Now, your final card here from the Gateway Oracle deck is Coming into Power. And I absolutely love these cards. They are just simple imagery, but so the messages are so beautiful. So I'm going to read from the book here. But the affirmation for this card is, I step into my power boldly and confidently. And the meaning of this card is you have been gathering your inner forces and are coming into your own strength. Assume your power. Accept the vibrant truth that all you need is already within you. It is safe to own your deepest inner gifts. The universe wants you to know, if you have given away your authority to someone or something else, now is your chance to reclaim it. Pulling this card indicates that it is time to stand in your own light. If you are holding on to any beliefs that you won't be liked or you will be rejected if you step into your potential, let them go. The more you shine in your own radiance, the more others can see the glow of their own capability. Your strength can heal others and bring light into the hearts of many. And that's such a wonderful message here, Saggies. I feel like you are, this is quite linked with that Knight of Swords and also that Seven of Wands. I feel like, stay true to your convictions here, regardless of how you feel others will like you, hate you, think about you. Stand for what you believe in. If you really have been fighting something that is passionate, that you've been passionate about. So I hope that resonated with you, Saggies. Don't forget, take me up on my offer of that free mini reading if you are a new subscriber. And I hope to see you next month. Bye.